Alright, let's crank it. Crank your hogs to some Iron Spectates today. Today we're looking at a player who's Iron 3 currently. They have 7 million mastery points on Morgana. And I think the thing that confuses me the most about this is that based on what I've seen from like builds and the runes, maybe they're not like completely optimal, but like they're not bad by any stretch of the imagination. And you know what, I can understand and I can sympathize with the plight of the support player in that there's every possibility that, like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Iron 80 carries don't strike me as having like a tremendous amount of brain cells between them all. Like, but that being said, like 7 million mastery points, that's like 7,000 games of League, Charlie, a minimum, I would say. I would say that statistically you're not likely to have a bad ADC for all 7,000 of the games minimum that you've played on, Charlie, man. 7,000 of the games that you've played minimum on Morgana. This is like a bit of a bold maneuver, I will admit as well. Maybe it's like aggression that seems to be their downfall. Maybe they're like slightly too aggressive and like maybe, you know, Iron ADCs are a little bit less. I mean, this is like insane what I'm seeing here. Like, this is actually just a terrible idea. It's... Dude, she's kind of based. Like, what the hell? Okay, she healed. I don't know what's going on here, man. This is like actually makes no sense whatsoever what I'm seeing here. What the heck? Oh, is the cam fuzzy? I apologize. Let me just quickly fix that for you while we watch like whatever is happening on our screen here. So you know what? Like a successful, if you could call it that, endeavor on blue buff. They managed to pick one up there. Silas is DC'd as well, and it looks like mid and jungle are pre-made, which is interesting. He's coming back and forth. He's coming back. It was Charlie. Holy crap, man. Holy crap. Charlie is... He's just gone buck wild on it. He's underneath me again. But yeah, I think, like, honestly, this Morgana's problem, probably the fact that they haven't picked up Psycho Apparel, any clothing from Psycho Apparel. It is guaranteed to make you attractive and also make you better at the game. Scientifically proven. Spot, like, that's approval from Tyler Ninja Blevins himself. Please don't sue me, Tyler. Please, I beg you. Okay, so here's the thing, right? And I know that not everybody looks at names and looks at everything when they begin a game, but I would have to argue that, like, if somebody on the enemy team is called Satla Boy and Satla God, you can maybe make a presumption that it's not a coincidence and that they're pre-made. I personally would probably be like very wary of hard pushing that if I knew that they were pre-made. That being said, not everybody looks at that stuff, and also like not necessarily easy to tell. You don't have to OP.GG every single person to figure out if they're pre-made or not. But I mean, to be fair, he was doomed regardless. He eat himself into the tower, which is not ideal. Set as well, picking up a nice little freebie onto Jax. That's going to be Ignite down. And here's the thing as well. Lilia, I don't know what happened, but her clear... Oh my god, she did Krugs, bro. Holy crap, man. What the hell? Why? What's it pathing, man? What are you talking about? She cleared down. She cleared down, bro. Sorry, what? What the hell are you? I mean, I'm a bad jungler, but even I know that, like, that's some like insane pathing, man. She like, we took blue buff and then she went Raptors, red, Krugs to put herself the furthest possible amount of distance away from the next camp that she would take. Like, what the heck, man? Am I going crazy, or is that just like the least part? Like, that's just not the thing that you want to be doing, man. Especially like when you see that gank happen mid and you've taken blue buff and then like you're just not doing anything. I mean, granted, I would assume that Belveth doesn't assume that you're like. I would assume that she would. Like, I mean, she was probably jumping over this wall assuming it was going to be gone, right? Because I mean, realistically. You get blue buff, you immediately take red. You could maybe take Raptors because you're Lilia and you're pretty fast, and then you just move straight up to like ensure that this isn't invaded, and then maybe that, and then or wolves or what have you, and then you're pretty golden there. So I was getting a little flash forced out of him. Yone E comes down. I'm really excited to see an Iron Yone, by the way. I know we're focusing on the Morgana here. We want to be focused on the Morgana, how like you can have 7 million mastery points and presumably not necessarily learn a tremendous amount about the game. But there's certain champions that I love to see in Iron, man. I want to see like Silas. That really interests me. Oh, she's still level 2. How is that? It's because she hasn't taken a single other camp. She's only taken blue and red. Now she's level 3. Okay, I was like, why did she not just press W? But she didn't have it. That's why. There's certain champions that excite me to see. And like, Yoni is one of them. Silas is another one. I'm curious about Bill Beth as well. I'll be honest with you. This guy is like, dude, he is... What the hell is... Oh, what the fuck is going on, man? If he wins, this is absurd. This is... You should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed. There is no planet. Are you looking at the microplay here, man? Like, what the hell is going on, dude? What the hell is going on, man? Dude, you already know he thought he was out, and then he went, oh crap, I pressed E, man. He's actually he might be a god. I don't know. Okay, we should put some focus on bot lane, because I kind of don't want to look at mid after that one. I need to figure out, I think we need to spend a couple of minutes in bot lane and just having a look at how she plays. Based on the early game invade, I mean, she's taking CS. Based on the early game invade, it would maybe indicate to me that she's a very aggressive player. And granted, I don't think she's out of line in doing so, because you're playing with Lucian as your AD carry, right? So, like, I would say, and especially into this particular lane, if you can land a binding onto either of them, you can do a lot with it. Obviously, it's a bit more difficult with Sivir because she's got her spell shield, but you land out. But yeah, if you can catch that binding on her, there's a lot of damage output to have, and there's not a tremendous. Oh, she's taking the CS, is she? She's not taking on. No, she's not taking this. She got 7 CS when Lucian wasn't in lane. She's attacking. I think I don't know if she's trying to take the CS. She's attacking. I don't know if she means she's shoving. She's hard shoving. I don't know if she's stealing CS though. I don't think that this lane thrives with the enemy under tower though, I'll admit. Lucian attack range and the way that Lucian just kind of operates. I would argue, I mean, dude, listen, okay, listen. Do we want to talk about this, Lux? I'm going to be honest with you. It happens to the best of us. But I mean, is this the trajectory that you're looking to take on a... I mean, come on, man. There was maybe 4 frames where that was even on the map. Insane. We got... Wait, hold on a minute. Where the hell was that kill? Oh, it's a dive. Alright, let's have a look at that. They're both level 6. Okay, Set kind of botched that, man. Wait, did he have W? Oh, he just used W before we looked at that part. Okay. Okay, I don't think he could have played. I honestly don't think Set could have played that worse, but at least he got the kill. I mean, yeah. She meant to ward. Is Q and 4 that close to each other that I would say you're right there? I don't know. I'm not sure. This is such an awkward position for everything to be in here. I don't think Lucian thrives pushing people under tower. Hello, Charlie. Jesus. He's like straight up on the keyboard, man. Okay, we got like a little dodge. Okay, that W was... Okay, man, I don't know what to say here. Like, what? The people melee range, there's like 18 different mistakes that you can spot. What the f... Oh my god. We have to run that back for just a moment here. We need to look at them. I mean... First of all, first mistake, you see her. And then you walk up to her, right? Like... A flash that may or may not be necessary. Second, like, Lux biffing a Q directly into 2 minions. Like, straight up slamming them in. Then, Lucian just, like, I don't know what he's clicking on. Cancelled auto. He gets the auto off, but he's, like, in melee range of, like, 2 people now. Exhaust comes down. Like, he's got spell shield on, and he moves upwards as well, which is, like, insane. Flash comes down. Another flash comes down off of Belveth. She does not even attempt to auto-attack him. She has to make sure she gets her W going. And then there's, like, I don't know, there's, like, a heal that went down there as well. It's... I don't know, man. That's gonna be dragging for red side, though. Unless Lilia pops off here. She doesn't have her ulti. You seen this shit? What the hell is going on, bro? We got some serious minimap clicking here, man. Dude, is the heat like that's that rough, man? Like, what is going on? Alright, Yoni ulti comes down off the Silas. She runs. Here comes Yoni. Dude, honestly, this is like sauce, man. This is severe. He doesn't have ulti, though. I'm not saying he wins this by any stretch. Lux is just standing around with, like, legitimately, like, 40 mana. 50 mana. Well, you can fight, you can continue to fight that. She's not gonna die, man. I don't even think she was dead. The tick, like, that was the last tick. I don't think she needed that, man. I think she was fine. What is going on, man? I've done a video where I play by only clicking the minimap. I've experienced it before. I feel the pain. I gotta be honest, and I want to hear a sound off from AD carry players out there, whether in the Twitch chat or the YouTube comment section. I'd be losing my goddamn mind, bro. If I, okay, good stuff, good stuff. I'd be losing my goddamn mind, bro. If I'm like trying to play the damn game and like on cooldown Morgana is dropping Tormented Soil under minions. It's just like, oh my god, man. All it does is like mess up the minions for like no reason. Like if we're getting shoved into tower, even, I mean, she's obviously hard shoving it in, but if like it's shoving it, if you're shoving it into you. All it does is make all the minions' HP uneven and awkward, so like it makes CSing under tower like infinitely more difficult than it has any right to be. It takes so much mana. I mean, like what? It's 85 mana per. She's just blasting it on a 12-second cooldown. Like I don't mind them doing it to harass, right? Like you can drop a Tormented Soil, get your Spell Thief proc, and then maybe pop like Scorch, or you can pop like Comet, depending on what you're going after. But like when it's just like on cooldown on the minions, especially if we're in a lane that is really losing, and we're getting pushed under tower, it is so frustrating because all it does is leave the minions on like, you know, like that sweet spot of HP where like a caster can take one and a bit like tower shot, takes one tower shot, and then you have a little bit of leeway, it needs a little bit of damage, but like they are now dead to one single tower shot if they were under tower. Like 2 tower shots for a melee minion as well. Like it just like screws up the calculations of auto attacks, and it's so annoying. This, okay, you know what? That's actually really, really good. This is very abusable. Lucian, no! Like one single tick, man. She's on 9 HP, bro. That is so damn miserable. It is insane. That is so miserable, man. Alright, Soldier Boy, he might be getting ganked in mid lane here. We got like Lilia coming on Silas. You know what? I'm gonna say it, man. I think Lilia is a difficult champion. I think she requires a lot of movement, and also she does go quite fast, so you have to like be able to keep up with her. And dude, there's a lot of champions in this game, or quite a few champions in this game, that I feel like you can't just have like a... Like, I think Silas is kind of unga-bunga, but I think he takes some knowledge. Yoni is easier than Yasuo, but I still think he's like... he's still like a decently high skill cap champion. Like, you can tell a good Yoni from a bad Yoni. Lilia is pretty solid as well. Okay, Belvest is gonna get an... Wait, oh, they didn't get Dragon last time. I forgot. They did not get Dragon because Lilia pulled up and threw an E into the wall. This is an insane... This is insane! What the hell, man? How did any of this work? What the hell, man? I'm gonna have an aneurysm then. I don't think any of that should have been allowed to happen. I think they like I don't know, man. This is crazy. This is insane. I will give credit though. Lucian did make like a very small micro decision that I think was the difference between him living and dying in that fight. Faking like hesitance, or maybe he actually was hesitating, and then Lux is trying to throw the Q to cover his escape, and then Lucian moves forward as she's about to throw it, so ends up getting flung behind him, doesn't do any damage, and then obviously she just melee ranges him, so he just shoots her in the head. I love making little tiny maneuvers like that, like pretending maybe I'm not about to engage in a fight and then like moving forward. when I think Lux is gonna throw E and it throws them off. Also, super annoying when you're playing Lux and then you make a prediction and then the person just stands still and you just put it behind them and then nothing happens. And you're like, okay, cool. We definitely got a fight going on here though. This is a fight that blue side has to win. They just simply have to. They did pick it up, but that's great. Denying that the void coral from Belveth is super important. Yoni only missed. I'll be honest, man. This isn't a fight that I would necessarily say is worth taking here. You're super duper outnumbered. That's not gonna stop our man, though. Oh my god. Okay, she just gets pile drived into the earth. That is gonna be 3 for 1. Woo! Wow. That being said, we can get some plays on bot side here. Sivir's on her own. I don't think she has. Oh, that was actually a good reaction. Holy crap. It doesn't feel like Morgana has bought anything here. She got 600 gold. What's her spell thieves looking like? She's made 600 gold from spell thieves. I guess because there's not really been any kills that she's been involved in. My god, it tilts me so hard, man. It tilts me so hard. Maybe it's just something as simple as that. Holy crap. Okay. That she literally. That only like actually did nothing. Sever spell shielded it and then Lux just walked out of range. Oh dear, that was unfortunate. Like I wonder, right? Like 7 million mastery points on the champion. There has to be a defining factor about her gameplay that makes her lose more, and it really I wonder if it could be just as simple as, her constantly hard pushing a wave and making life for her ADC possibly slightly more difficult than it needs to be, you know? Do you think that could be like, because I mean, we can maybe assume that her ADC every single game is gonna be either getting ganked or like getting caught out or like something like that. Like it doesn't matter if you're iron, like it doesn't matter if you're iron or challenger, like you early game versus as an ADC, like you will be getting slammed by towers regardless if you're, and like those mistakes are gonna happen far more regularly if you're iron and you like maybe make a slight mistake. But like, yeah, I think you're right. Like iron junglers are going to look for lanes that are just hella pushed. I mean, I just look for lanes that are hella pushed, man. So like, I feel like you're just putting a gigantic target on your back there and making like life infinitely more easy for like unga bunga junglers, you know? I think like maybe her mechanics aren't great either. I think she understands the champion. Like she flashed to get a double soul shackles onto Lux and Sivir, but the issue there was that she needs to look at what champions she's doing that into, because Sivir just spell shielded it and then Lux just walked away, and there's a lot of outcomes where she doesn't survive that fight as well. Like you can't just be like, I'm going for the big ultis here. I think Morgana is the sum of her parts, and she's not just an ulti bot. I think there's a lot to her. This is a little bit of an awkward fight. Here we go. Okay, Yoni is getting absolutely domed here. Okay, you know what? It's a pick. I think he might be out, actually. He is. Yeah, nice. Good job. For like Morgana players, I think it's too easy to like rest on your laurels as I have a really strong Q and a really strong ultimate and not realize that like her E is actually probably the most broken part of her kit. If you use it correctly. Like as far as strength goes. So for instance, like right there, what use is a spell shield at that point when he's already taken damage from Lux, you know? I've dropped heralds like this. I honestly, it's probably fine. I mean, it's not fine because they're gonna fight around it, but you know what? It is what it is. Didn't really do much, but still, we have got bot side moving upwards though. They're hesitating a little bit here. Are they gonna push this? Even if they get spotted, is Yoni even gonna run? I don't think Yoni's the type to run. Okay, actually like, that's a Silas engage. Silas engage, get in there. W coming down for the Belveth. Oh, he comes out for the Lux. They still somehow manage to get the pick on a Silas. Is she gonna solo ulti the Sivir? Is she gonna solo ulti? Double. Here we go. She's coming in. Drop the W. Exhausted straight away. Q comes out. The Q damage on is going to be able to do the trick here. Yori's got 5 HP and a goddamn dream, dude. He's coming in hot. He managed to get a pick onto the Lux. Belveth's going to be able to clean up here. Possibly, though. I honestly don't think that, like, they win that 2v1 at all. That being said, don't push it too hard. You can go for the Morgana here. Oh my god, Royal Maelstrom is doing absolute business here. Royal Maelstrom is doing business. They were both so low HP. It was free. That is almost an ace. Actually, it might have been an ace. Did Jax just die? It could have been an ace, man. No, it was an ace. Like, Jax just died top lane as well. Oh, Roro Raggy. What happened in top lane, man? I mean, he was just a dumbass, man. He pulled up, dude. That was it. He pulled up, man. That was it. Oh, my God. Coffee straight into my eyeball. I have got down against that was on. Cast and training for Worlds. Dude, sometimes I like to be like, let's do a play-by-play. I used to be play-by-play. They both went melee. If this was me, man, chat would be like, Ross, the Void Coral, the Void Coral, the Void Coral, Ross, there we go, there we go. You guys would be going absolutely crazy mode on me, man. Doesn't feel comfortable shooting Qs with minions around, so she Ws to clear the wave, then walks her up to throw Qs. You know what, maybe, is that a hot take from me? What do you think? Do you think that's a hot take? Me saying, I actually think that the most broken part of Morgana's Morgana's kit is not the fact that she can stun 5 people or that her Q holds you for 2.5 seconds, is the fact that she has a spell shield. So I feel like I feel like long amounts of CC in this game are at this point maybe a dime a dozen. But there's I mean, obviously, like, Morgana is the sum of her parts. There's no champion that can CC as well and have that, as well as the amount of CC and utility that she provides. But there's really no spell shields in the game. There's very few, and it just makes it, like, it's like silences as well. Like, they nerfed the crap out of silences back in the day because, like, Cassin and Q silence, it was too good. LeBlanc had her silence taken out because Sigil of Malice with her ultimate was far too powerful. She could just Sigil of Malice, Distortion, and then Distortion again with her ultimate. The person was silenced because Sigil of Malice, if it procced, would silence the person. So she Q, W again with her ultimate, and then maybe E or whatever, and then just jump back to her original place. And then there's like literally nothing that the person can do. That's why she was so absolutely busted in like the early seasons. Her spell shield is broken in high elo, but her CC is broken for low elo. You know what? That's like a really, really good point. Yeah. That's a really good point. I don't think that's true. I still think her Q is the best part. I really don't think I agree. I think that like a straight line skill shot that hits the first target, it's fine. It's good. Don't get me wrong. But ultimately, like, when you're looking at the grander scope, like the grander scope of the game, I would be willing to bet there's a lot of pick champions out there. Like, you've got your Ares and your other champions that like their goal is to catch people out, like Blitzcranks and stuff like that. But like Morgana, the fact that like you can basically have a Mikhail's on a champion that you don't have to react on. You can just put it on as things are about to start happening, and then whoever is your win condition can feel free to like maybe play a little bit more aggressive or be a little bit more crazy without having to worry about getting CC'd and getting like locked down is like insane. And especially like with a lot of champions not necessarily being able to break the break the spell shield as well with like magic damage. Like depending on the comp that you're into, like if it's like a heavily scaled AD team, like they just can't get rid of the shield. Which means that, yeah, sure, you're still taking damage, but you're not getting CC'd. You're not getting locked down. You're not getting suppressed. Like it's spicy. That, you know what? That I'll say that was an alright play. It's unlucky that like not much came out of it, but that was an okay thing from Morg there, I would say. I will say though, it is her most difficult ability as well. It's the same with like I say like all the time that like I think that Tariq's ultimate is like the hardest ability to use in the game, because maybe because it's more obvious when it's a bad one hits or a bad one lands, but like hitting a good ultimate on Tariq, if you're a good Tariq player and you can ulti well even like once per game, you just like win the game. Like all you need is like one good Tariq ulti and you just straight up win the game for your team. and like it does not matter. Like, I mean, obviously, if the enemy team are that far ahead, but if you're neck and neck, a bad Taric ulti dooms you, and a good Taric ulti wins you the game, man. Brand's pretty hard as well, but I think Brand's on a much lower cooldown and much like more forgiving, and has a lot more uses to it. I mean, it's a bold play. I don't think it was gonna happen though. I'd say Bard's is difficult though, because you control your team with it as well. Like if Taric ulti was like, if Taric ulti was like Kindred's ultimate, where Kindred control her team by saving an enemy that's low and allowing them to survive long enough to bring somebody down, like Kindred ulting when a Darius is inside it, Darius being able to get stacks on people inside the ulti, and then the second it comes off, he just goes boom, Noxian Guillotine, alt attack, boom, Noxian Guillotine, boom, Noxian Guillotine, and he just starts getting those resets. Stuff like that is like measurable. Like, yeah. How's there, you know what, Yoni's 6 and 7. I don't know how he gets away with that, to be honest. I honestly, I'm like, man, it feels bad seeing Silas do bad, but I haven't like seen him take any ulti really beyond just like Yoni's, and Yoni's ulti on Silas is like so ass. It's so bad. I hate using it. I will actively like avoid Yoni. If I am ever winning into him as Silas, I just don't want to have that ulti. Red side they have some decent ultis as well for Silas. Even like ones you I'm gonna be honest, man, like Belvet's micro is like not good. But like, yeah, she's putting in the damn work. She's 16 and 2. I guess like, oh my god. Oh my god. That could have gone better. I would say that probably could have gone better. But yeah, even so, like, even Jack's ulti, getting like extra MR, getting the extra like armor, and then I guess you get like your third auto attack and stuff as well. I mean, that's good, but it's kind of hard to get all that on. I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that easy to get on people? That's good. That's fine. That's awesome. But Yoni, man. Hold on a minute. What's happening here? I mean, I think they can do it, but like, it's a bit of a weird call. Silas was on it for like a considerable amount of time before Belveth pulled up. Dude, what? Dude, Belveth, man, just absolute ape champ, man. Like, straight up, dude. Insane, man. Insane. Granted, she's got Shieldbow, Blade of Rune King, and Bloodthirster. And Ginsu's. That is actually kind of sickening, man. A 25-minute solo. Okay. That was actually a really great ulti from Lilia there. I don't think it's going to be able to move the needle tremendously here. Silas is going to fall down to the poison, though. Yoni's not going to be able to do anything. He gets absolutely beamed by Final Spark. Honestly, like, there's every possibility that Lilia can maneuver herself around this fight and still succeed. That Q landing is going to be really brutal here. It's going to be very... Yeah, she's never going to be able to actually pick up the dragon. But still, very close. Good effort. You're not going to catch Lilia, man. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here. What did Mark do? Look back. Nothing? Just took blue buff. Given like the high number of kills that happen in Iron games, I'm gonna say it, and this might be controversial, but like 2 KP is unacceptable in Iron, like at 26 minutes into the game. Considering like Iron games, and any game that is not like super high elo for that matter, or like a pro play game, is like high kill per minute games usually. Having 2 is like absolutely clapped, man. Like, how do you not, like, spell shield somebody or W something that's about to die, like, 10 seconds before it happens, you know? It's insane. I think this... Okay. I was gonna say, I think this Lily is doing actually pretty okay. 5 stacks of Dark Harvest as well. That's like kind of tough. Man, she did like absolutely negative damage to that Gromp as well. What's she doing though? Like why, man? I don't know. This Belveth is just going absolutely crazy mode. The Royal Maelstrom is just so powerful. She's clobbering, she's clobbering. I mean, it's good for Jax if he can get his counter strike down. A lot of people low, but there's nothing that can be done there, unfortunately. Belveth has got 20 kills at this point in the game. Even Lilia, who is like decently ahead as far as this game goes, not of like Belveth necessarily, but she's just like ahead of other players in the game. I don't think she can do anything when your own support counter uncles you, man. True, dude. Actually true. There's like a bit of tunnel vision maybe going on here for set. Mid tower's gonna fall. Red side get a super easy free one. They're still going for it. Still chasing him. I think Morgana just like breaks the drowsy for no reason as well. We got Soul Shackles does go down though. CC'd. Good stuff. At least we get one pick. It's a good thing that Sever left mid lane for some reason. Otherwise, like I think that would be probably another tower as well. She went bot to go get some farm. Try and push in that tower as well. We're gonna have another fight here though. We're gonna have a dead Yoni. He keeps using his E to escape, and it is like really tough, man. It's super tough. Because it is just... It's not an ability... I know what he's doing, right? He's panicking. But like, you have to not do it. You have to learn, you have to get it through your head that it is not an escape move. It is very much like extra mobility in a team fight or a fight in general. One that you can maybe use to trade, but like, I don't know. Do you remember all the shenanigans you used to be able to do with Yoni? Where if you had Rift Herald, you could E and then back and then buy something and it would fire you back to lane. Or you could E from base, teleport somewhere, attack someone or something, and then just like fling yourself back. It's pretty funny. Lux has got 13 Magi sacks. I mean, honestly, like the builds are... I'm not even sure about Belveth's build because I haven't really played much of Belveth since she was on PBE. Doesn't look that insane to me. I mean, it appears to be working. She's like super squishy, but does it really matter if like everybody's getting boned? I guess it does because you're dead, and that's 1,000 gold on to the person on that enemy on that team that I would want to have that gold on the most. I think somebody who is like has proven themselves as being probably the most. Man, what's going on, Charlie? Man, that was claws out on my arm. Somebody has proven themselves as being probably the most competent. Honestly, like I want to see Lilia move here, man. I'm not Charlie. What did you just do? You just reversed the game, bro. What can I do for you, man? You want scratches? His face. I'm trying to give him scratches, man. What are you after, man? There's nothing up here. Come on. Boost. Scoot your butt. Scoot the butt. Ah, oh, come on, Bubs. Come on. What's the problem here, man? What are you after? You want attention? You want attention? What are you after? Huh? You want something down there? You know that all this is gonna end up in the video, Charlie, don't you? You know that. And you're interrupting, man. Right. Scoot the butt. I'll feed you after this, okay? If that's what you're after. Bro, you gotta be kidding me, man. Charlie! Alright, we're going for another soul baron here. He keeps tickling me, man. His tail keeps like tickling under my nose and shit. Dear God, man. You're relentless. You're relentless, Charles. Charles, you're relentless. What's wrong with you, man? What do you want? You want attention? I'll give you attention, my child. Dude, am I actually one of those people that are like, yeah, I don't have a kid, but I have a fur baby. I hold him like a baby. Oh yeah, you get some scratches. I treat him like my own. There you go. I don't want to be like that. I treat him more like a bro than a baby. Like I have straight up man to mans with Charlie. I'll talk to him. I want to believe that he'd answer back, but I'm just like I'll have a full blown goddamn conversation with him. I'll just talk to him, and then yeah, he's probably like one of my best friends, man. That's kind of cringe, but it is what it is. I just enjoy his company, and I like to think that he enjoys mine. Anyway, so this is going awfully. I'm really sorry. I lost track of the end of this game ever so slightly. Wish he's trying his best. He's 4-9. He's not going to be able to do a tremendous amount here. Morgana just gets absolutely fucking done, man. It kind of is what it is. What does she have up there? She had Soul Shackles up. She used it here. I don't even know if it landed on anybody there, actually. It might have been close. That's tough stuff. I think there's some, like, she doesn't even have her mythic yet, actually, now that I'm looking at it. She just got Zonya's. I think there's definitely some, like, actionable stuff for Morgana as far as, like, improving goes if she's really serious about playing. And I know that not everybody is serious about, like, getting better at the game, but at the same time, like, you're playing a lot of ranked and you're losing a lot of games. So, like, you could definitely make that, like, not the case. And I think, like, maybe not Wing on cooldown, because it's really ruining your 80 carries, like, vibe. I'm not saying you're a vibe killer. You're more like a vibe annihilator. It's kind of tough stuff, but it is what it is. That was interesting, man. And you know what? I think that was a good one, because it wasn't just, like, you know, get controlled, where it's like he clicks and he doesn't buy boots. In this case, it was like their build is, like, normal. Okay, they didn't go a mythic yet, and they don't tend to necessarily go a mythic until, like, second item. But there was maybe something that we identified as being, like, a bit of a problem. And to be fair, this person does win. But that doesn't mean that they're not, like, Iron 3, you know? 800, 900 games this season, you know? There's steps to make, for sure. Regardless, that was interesting.